everybody out there in Cryptid Land. Thanks for joining us tonight. Me and my buddy Dirty got Kay Golden coming on again, talking about her second book. And you know what? We're going to be talking about that big-ass thing that's flying through space right now, heading towards us. And she's got some theories on it. And she just got abducted a few days ago, and we're going to talk about that other abduction. So, scary. I'm still a little excited about it. But I'm sure you will be too. But join us tonight on the Cryptid Quest Podcast. Hey, everybody out there in Cryptid Land. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have Kay Golden back, and she has a couple of books out there and a third one in the makes. And let's bring Kay out. How you doing, Kay?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on again. I really appreciate it, Patrick.
Oh, yeah. No, I love having you on. You got some crazy stuff going on out there. And from what I understand, you had it happen again just last night.
Yeah, the other night. So it's always scary when it happens, and you don't know what to think. I know I went to bed the other night at about 11:30. It's usually the time I conk out because I'm not writing right now. Once I'm writing again and doing screenplays and all that, I'll be going to bed later. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But so I went to the guest bed. I got ready in the master bedroom, came out, went to the guest bedroom because I didn't want to wake my husband because he has to get up early in the morning for work. And I just had my flannel shirt on, my little poofy socks, and they always match when I go to bed. Sometimes when I come back from these things, they're not on my feet at all. So they've got a pile of my socks somewhere up there. But anyway, I digress. So I laid in bed. I was just kind of flat on my back. I adjusted the pillow because I have a little trouble with my neck sometimes. And it was probably no more than 5 minutes. And I felt this, I wear earplugs to bed, and this is important. So we did this. My husband just likes the room dark, and I don't like it that dark, but he likes no sound at all. And he has tinnitus, so that's got to drive him nuts.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
Well, Air Force for 20 years and loading bombs in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, the flight line. Yeah, I
can
no
imagine.
Doubt. But so I wear earplugs because he does. So I got into that. We used to live by train tracks a long time ago. And anyway, so it felt like my left earplug came out of my ear. And then all of a sudden I felt something in my ear, like a finger in my ear. This isn't the first time. That's happened before. So that was alarming. And then I'm going, and then I feel the sheet sort of pulling, and I'm telling myself, okay, you're doing this. You're making this happen. You're moving. And then I thought to myself, I'm not moving. I'm totally comatose at the moment. I'm just laying flat. And then I felt the vibration for the last about 8 years. It's been like this. It isn't going up into a beam of light. They're not coming into the room and grabbing me and taking me out the front door. And I'm talking about the small Zeta Grays, the half robotic, half biological looking things that are only 3.5 to 4 feet tall. The ones that seem to come get me are the 3.5 feet tall, but that's not what's happening. So I get this vibration. It starts really slowly. It's quick, but it's really slowly. It starts in the top of the head. It moves down really quickly and increases in intensity as it goes down through the body. And then I find myself laying on a table in the craft. And it's the same craft that I've been taken to multiple times now. This is the tall gray progenitor guy being that I've nicknamed Rex in the books. So I'm there. It's a familiar surrounding. It's the same like pie wedge shaped room. It's not huge. I mean, it's probably not more than 15 feet out to the end. And at the end, with a little wedge area, because if you think about the craft being round, right, and it is, then you got to think about it's not a point. It is a wedge. So it's not a total pie piece. It's more kind of like a wedge. So there's this flat area. The walls are all smooth. The metal is dark, but for some reason there is a glow within this metal, whatever. It's almost like it's alive. It's really hard to explain. I think I explained it once in my original book that if you ever look at a tanzanite gemstone, ta-da, that's one of these right there.
Yeah.
You have a good tanzanite gemstone and you look at it in light at different angles, you're going to see different colors. You'll see blue, flashes of red, flashes of pink and purple, depending on what color you're. If you've got a really dark blue stone, you're going to see some amazing colors. And that's pleocrism. Boy, I can't speak. That's the properties of the tanzanite gemstone, the real ones. And so that's what it's like in there. So you get this flat, it's like a peachy, amber peachy glow in there from the metal, even though the metal is more than likely dark. It's not white. Yeah. And then the floor is dark too. It's metallic. And I can tell you that metallic floor, because I've been on it, because when you're laying naked on the table and when they tell you to get up and it's K, get up, in your head, you're getting the thought transfer. Or I'm getting the thought transfer. It's K, get up. So you get up and your feet are cold on the floor. The metal of the floor is very intricately woven or designed. I've never seen anything like it. We don't do this. So it's very, very tightly woven, thin, some weird metallic fibers. And it's got a weave pattern to it. You can kind of see it, but then it has these little bubbles on it too. But it's all dark, like charcoal gray, just kind of like the walls. But those walls are like weird. It's like almost alive. It's very strange. They have the lighting that they give us. So there's no light bulbs that say GE or Philips or anything like that. Yeah. And so I'm smooth walls, no nuts, no bolts. Excuse me. And there's the doorway's right here. This is the wider part of the room. Like I said, it's wedge shaped. And the table's right here. I'm close to the wall, not totally next to it, because they can come around. I mean, he has come around in the past, and so has that manted being thing. But over there are my clothes on this little jutted out wall. And when I say jutted out, it's part of the craft, and it's doing that same glowing thing, that peachy, weird glow. And then to the left of me is the opening. The opening of these doors in this craft, they go up. They don't open like this. They don't make a spiral or anything weird like that, like you see in the movie Alien, the original, way back in the 70s. I saw it with my mom, but a long time ago. Yeah. But it just opens up from the bottom to the top, and it's like it's not there at all. It's very bizarre. And next to this, there's a little niche, and this is like maybe 8 feet from me, from where I'm laying on this table. Yeah. And there's a little Zeta robotic gray, 3.5 feet tall, sitting there. They're just there. It's like it stays there until it's summoned by the tall gray or something else that is behind the tall gray. Like, I think the manted being is in charge. I think the tall gray, the progenitor gray, is the leader of this particular craft, because this is always the one that I'm taken to, unless I'm taken to the bigger ship, the mother craft. So I'm laying there on the table. That Zeta gray's over there, and it's a little niche. Everything's just peachy, kind of peachy glowed, and I'm not clothed, and I'm laying there, and the tall gray is right there on the left side of me. He didn't come around the table. I don't remember, absolutely do not remember him or anything else doing anything to me physically. I didn't feel like I was in pain after I got home when I was returned. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel like I was pain on the table. But so I'm laying there, and this is extraordinarily creepy. It's very hard to explain unless you've experienced it. But I mean, those beings are 7.5 foot tall. They may be taller. This one happens to be about 7.5 feet tall. So he's tall. I'm laying on a table that's not more than 3 feet off this floor. It's very low. And I have long legs and everything. So it's way up here. I'm down here, and I'm looking up, and all I see are these big black eyes, and they're not the black wraparound eyes like these small. Everybody kind of describes the ones that take you have these. Yeah, they look like big sunglasses on their heads or something. That's not. He has big eyes, but they're not like that. But they're mirrory black, like you're looking into a black pool of water, and they're very cold. And there's no white, there's no pupil. These are not sunglasses. This is not any kind of covering that I know of. This is its actual eye. It's almost insect-like the way they look. They're not bulbous. I mean, they're kind of cat-like, a little bit slanted, but it's just creepy. And when you're caught in that gaze, you can't do anything. And all you get is thought transference, or they just stare at you and pull things out of your head. They are very manipulative, sneaky bastards. I don't doubt that they've these are the bad guys. These are the ones that have got their hands in everything. UAP disclosure, big time. Well, we may never find out the truth because I think these they know when these guys are behind it. At least the bad part, which is the abductions and the hybridization, people, grays, and
those are the things we're not going to find out about.
I don't think they want to tell us, and I think they're told that they can't tell us until that big rock or whatever is coming, and we're all I don't know.
Yeah, so we got to talk about that too.
We'll talk about that too.
Okay.
And I'm not a scientist, but boy, I've been watching that because
I've been hearing a lot about it
because of the recurring dreams in my book. But when I wrote the book, I had the dreams, and then I wrote the book, and I still had dreams, and I still wrote the book. The last dream I had, I was telling my husband this because I was upset last night. Oh, let me finish what I was saying. So anyway, he's staring at me. I'll go back. He's staring at me. And in my head, all I'm hearing is, Kay, this is important. You need to understand. There are more and bigger ships coming. Now, I heard that twice already in the last couple of months from him.
Holy cow.
So the last time I heard it, and I didn't tell you this last time because I was trying to save it for the book. So the old book doesn't have this information in it. That was released in October of 2024. The two new books that should be out now, but for some reason aren't live on Amazon yet. Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Into the Gray's Abyss. So I think this part is in Volume 2. So what happened was October, Halloween night, in the other house, we're on the ranch here. This is our small ranch, and it's happening here now. So they're tracking me. Yeah, I know that there's something on this optic nerve back here in the right eye. There's just no other way. I've had a thing drop on my head. It's gone off, and I have a little, what do you call it? A technical gizmo thing that goes off if you have like radiation in your body. And I use it with ghost hunting. I have one of those things.
Like an EMF reader or something.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's an EMF reader, and so that goes off. I probably should do that live one of these times. I'll do it. I'll tape it and then I'll put it on Facebook or something. But
there you go.
Anyway, so I hear that, and like I said, I've heard it twice. So, and then he puts that into my head, and I'm going back into his head. And this is not telepathy. This is not the reading of minds. This is him pushing his thoughts into my head, me pushing mine into his, which is not a very good conversation. It's not an easy way to do this. But all I said was, okay, I understand. More and bigger ships are coming, and you've told me this before, and I'm like, you're repeating yourself. And it was just like, it was so important that he had to have me taken, have me lay there, and whatever they did to me, because they must have done something to me or I wouldn't be laying there naked, and telling me that again. And then he leaves, he's gone. And then the little Zeta Gray comes over, gives me my clothes. I get into my flannel shirt and my socks. So socks. Brings me my socks. They don't match. One's green and one's yellow. And so I said in my book, something's going on with the clothes up there when they take people, because they're mixing things up, and most of the time I don't even get my socks. I have to buy socks all the time, the short fuzzy ones, because of this. And my feet are cold at night, and those cracks are cold. I mean, that is. So anyway, I'm going, okay. So I get dressed. The Zeta Gray takes me through the one little, it's probably no more than 15 yards. It's a little deceiving in the craft, probably because of maybe there's a time distortion in the craft because of the anti-gravity wave that they ride on, as according to Bob Lazar, physicist. But so I'm walking through with it, and it walks funny because it's half robotic. It's not a smooth, flowing, fluid motion. They're kind of jerky when they move. Anyway, we go to this area, which is familiar to me now. It's just a glowing doorway. I get pushed through, or actually I walk through now because I know it goes back to my bedroom. It is a portal. And I don't believe, like I said, they don't take you out the front door. They don't take you out the back door. They don't take you through the roof. That only happened the one time in Diamond Bar. Yeah. But this is all, through the portal, and then I'm back in the bed. But I'm not in the bed. I'm on the bed sideways, and my head is almost touching the floor when I woke up yesterday.
Oh, my Lord.
And that's not the first time that's happened in a hotel room in Kansas. But we can talk about that another time. Anyway, so, I was like, oh my God, no. My first thoughts are, holy crap, no, and that was it. And I've had people contact me and say, you need to say the Lord's Prayer, you need to say Jesus' name, you need to say God, you need to say something religious like that, and they'll go away. I'm here to tell you, they do not go away. These beings don't care about us. We're things to experiment on for them.
Like
That's
cattle.
how I see it. And then it's like Earth is a big petri dish, and we're all those little specks and amoebas and
Yeah.
cells that they're just playing with. But so I'm shaken and I'm upset.
Yeah.
And that's when I made the one video where I'm totally not together with makeup or anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrible. I'm just, oh my God.
Yeah.
And but I wanted to make sure people understand this is not a kumbaya situation, like I say in the book. No, there's no hand holding here. There's no, oh, are you feeling all right? Can we get you a glass of water? Are you feeling sick? That they care about us. They don't give a flying fuck about us.
Yeah.
And I got the 3 marks here. I have the triangle still on the top of my leg from.
So here I'm gonna pull up.
Oh, you can show that, sure.
Yeah, let's see.
Apologize for my
what
skin.
happens.
It's dry looking. I have horses. I'm always out in the sun, but yeah, you can see the 3.
All right, yeah. So here it is.
Isn't that
so the
weird?
3, that is so weird, and it's so perfect.
Yeah.
They're perfect little circles, and they're in a perfect little triangle.
Yeah.
And that happened from this last one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I didn't.
And that's crazy. It's not like it's just discolored, almost like scars, but there's no sign of injury.
No injuries. No.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I have pictures of the scoop marks. Well, they're in my book, but just that you can't, the original book, you can't see them really, and the pictures just aren't very clear for a book, unfortunately. But they're in there. So I've got the strange looking marks up here on my elbow. I don't know if I can show anybody that or not. It probably won't show on the camera very well if I can even get my arm up there. But they're right here. Up here, just above the elbow, there's the scoop marks, and they make sort of an X. There's 3 of them, and they're triangles, all of them. Oh. And they make sort of an X there. So I've got that. I've got the triangle on my thigh that's about 2 inches. Perfect triangle. And it was dark black, and it was not a bruise. It never hurt or anything. And I had it for the longest time, and I finally took a picture of it. That's the pictures that you see in the book. And I took 2 pictures, one going this way, top to bottom, and one bottom to top, so people could see it.
And is that the first book or the second?
Yeah, but those pictures are in volume 1 or volume 2. We're in the doctor's area where the doctor's thoughts.
I'm going to go ahead and pull up both those covers so people can get a look and see.
Yay!
So this is, there's book 1, volume 1.
Yep, that's Unbelievable If Not Experienced. And we did a lot of work on the cover for this one.
Let's say it's amazing.
Isn't that cool? I got the tall gray saucer up there. Oh
yeah, that's great.
My husband's in the bed. They were so proud of themselves, the illustrators.
Yeah, no, that's great. And then here's volume 2, which was supposed to be out, but not yet.
Crossing my fingers that it won't be too long.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it was funny because when we came up with this, I told them about the scene, right? Okay, let's do this. And I was thankful for it. And I said, is that controversial? Is that going to be bad? Because I'm pretty much naked on a table.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, people are going to like that. I said, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, it's reality.
Oh my God. It's what they do to you. And
it's reality.
It's millions of people have been taken, millions, and there's so many in the shadows that talk on Facebook. I'm privy to these conversations, but they don't want to come forward.
I don't know that I've told you about the other lady I interviewed that has a story. Well, and just like yours. She's getting taken out and everything. She didn't even know about you. I need to hook you 2 up. No, I do. Well, actually, I told her to actually message you. I had her watch this video, our first video we did, and she was like, "Oh my God, Oh my God, that's exactly. So yeah, and she was way more freaked. You're way more like she was way more freaked out about it. Than you kind of take it in stride.
It's happened so much. It's just that
Yeah,
you people ask me, how can you sit there with a straight face and not cry? I said, oh my God, I cried on my husband's shoulder last night
I
because
know
I
you
thought
did.
maybe finally it couldn't happen again. It wasn't going to happen again here. I'm older. They should
Yeah,
not want to be messing around with my reproductive area like they have been
yeah.
doing before. And I know they have because I've held a hybrid baby in my arms. I've seen a hybrid child on the ship. I had the experience with the hybrid child going across Peterson Space Force Base, which used to be Peterson Air Force Base. All kinds of stuff has happened, but I've been subjected to this. I had to
And
hold the hybrid baby.
you're pretty sure
Oh my
that
God.
some of these hybrids belong to
I,
you.
I, that,
It,
uh,
you
you
never
know,
know, but it's that. But for our first conversation, it sounded like that's a good
it's
possibility.
it is a possibility. I can't discount it, but I'm just not ready to accept that
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, that would
I
be a
mean,
crappy thing to have to accept. I mean,
yeah, it is. I mean, other
that's
people,
the ultimate violation,
yeah.
taking a child
Yeah,
out of your
yeah,
body.
it is. It is. Well, Whitley Strieber was basically raped so that they could get his semen. I mean, oh my
Oh
God,
yeah,
they do this to men too. Men are not beyond getting abducted. It isn't just a woman. It is men. They're taking semen, they're taking eggs, or
yeah.
they're mixing their little chemical whatever human gray hybrid stuff, and maybe they're doing other stuff and dulce base, in New Mexico. There is all got. That's going to be in the next book. I'm doing a deep dive on dulce base. I would like to actually go there and investigate myself, if my legs won't permit it.
Dulce base.
Dulce, the dumb underground base, the deep underground military base. Dulce's been there for a long time. And of course, Area 51 had been there for a long time, and nobody came clean about it until what, just a couple years ago? And we
Yeah,
found out that Area 51 actually exists. Dulce Base exists. I've got drawings. There's been people that have been taken
oh,
there.
I have no
Um,
doubt.
yeah, but I digress. So yes. So he told me more and bigger ships are coming. I get sent back. I'm half on the bed. I'm screwed up in the morning. I'm just not doing well. I even cried to my publisher yesterday. I couldn't hold it in. I
Oh,
was just terrified. But so the last time that message was put into my head was, so Halloween was weird. Halloween night was weird. So Halloween night was being taken and being put into this great big large, really high walled, I think it was a craft. I'm not certain of that because there was a big window. So if this was a craft, it was like some citywide big craft. But there were taller, more younger looking hybrid beings that were like adult in this. They were wearing white jumpsuits. They had very little hair. A couple of them had like sparse hair. Some had a little bit more whitish looking hair. They weren't tall whites. These were definitely hybrid, actual grays with humans. You could kind of tell.
yeah.
They still had that tinge of blue to their skin, but it was more of a chalky white almost. You can almost say they were tall whites, but they didn't have that white hair that Charles Halt describes in his book about the tall whites, because that was Area 51 for him a long time ago. But so there's a conference table, and it's really huge. It's a white conference table. There's white chairs that look really cushy, comfortable, like we would sit in,
Yeah,
kind of like these, but bigger, more comfortable,
yeah.
cushier, all white. And I couldn't tell if they were what they were made of or anything. They had me over here in the coming through. I was behind one tall hybrid, watching the walk, thinking, is this a real being or is this something cloned? Is this robotic? And I watched the walk. The walk was perfectly fluid. There was no jerky movements. This was a real live being. So
So
I'm
that's
seeing
how
down
you can
here.
discern. That's how you can
Yes,
kind of discern the walk.
yes. And so it had a white jumpsuit. There The one behind me was leading me. The one behind me was sort of making sure I was following. And I wasn't hearing anything in my head except, oh yeah, I was. It was, this is important. You need to do this. Okay, this is important. You need to do this. So I follow. I'm being put over here. The conference table is further over in the room to the right, closer to that great big window. I mean, this window must have been 25 feet high. That's how tall the walls were. I felt like I was in, like I said, in some big building in a city. Very bizarre.
Wow.
I mean, everything's been bizarre, but this was bizarre. And so they bring me over to this area. There's a little chair. I have to sit in this little chair. So it's like a kid's chair. So it wasn't one of the big comfortable looking things. It was a little chair. So I just sit there. And then this big, clear, transparent square comes down over me. Why? I don't know. Why am I there? I don't know. I haven't been told anything other than through the Rex, the transference. And by the way, he can do that apparently from more than 50 feet away from me. He can do it from a craft to another craft. He's done it before. So this important, you need to watch, you need to listen. So I'm looking over here. There's a man seated at this table that they brought in. He's got dark hair. He's got human, greenish eyes, greenish brown eyes, dark hair. He's kind of tan. He's kind of scared. You could see it in his face. And I'm looking from over here down the table towards him. And this table's probably got enough room for, 18 people to be at it. Huge conference table. And he's down here. And you can see the sweat kind of pouring off him. There's a little black device in front of him on the table. To me, it looks like a flipping calculator, but that's not what this is. And there's a hybrid being sitting here, one sitting here, and one sitting over here. Or there's two of them, one, two, maybe three of them, 1, 2, 3. And the one right across from him is they have emotions, because otherwise this scene could not possibly be happening. He would not be sweating. A human would not be freaking out if these beings did not have some sort of emotion, these hybrids. So it's sitting there saying, and I'm hearing this isn't right. You have to get this right. This is a trade agreement. You have to get this right. And the man is shaking and he says, well, to be fair, I can't read your language very well. So I heard this and I'm thinking, why are they showing me this? Why are they showing me this? And I at that time I had already been through the forearm table. I'd already been through the injection. I'd already been through the stabbing in my back, the taking of the blood, the taking of the eggs, and going through all those procedures, right? And these tests and the wires in the back of my head, all these tests. And I'm thinking, why do I have to see this? And I don't get an answer. And I'm screaming this in my head out towards Rex, wherever he is. And I'm not getting an answer. And I'm starting to flip out in this transparent box, even though I can see and hear it all. That poor guy was just shaking. I think he thought they were going to do away with him or make him, he was probably already some sort of slave. That's the impression that I got. And if I was being shown that this is the job that I'm going to get when the world comes to whatever point it comes to, and this is what's going to happen, I don't want the job.
Yeah.
I don't want that job. I really don't.
No.
So, and it's funny, and it's not funny. This is serious. And so I know they have emotion because he wouldn't have been freaking out. I wouldn't have been freaking out. And then it's all over. I'm released from this box, prison, whatever you want to call it. I'm taken out and I'm back onto the smaller craft. So I went from that one to like a smaller craft. And then I sent back out the ejection portal again and back to was that the master bedroom or the guest bedroom in the other house? That might have been the master bedroom. But so of course I'm going, oh my God, what was that on the table? What was that all about? And the first person I called in the morning was Linda Moulton Howe. I kid you not. I was on the phone with her telling her, you won't believe this. This is nuts. And she said she'd never heard of anything like this before. And I said, but it would make sense, wouldn't it? If these beings are up there and there's other beings up there and they are going through some sort of route and portals to get to us, to take us. But not only that, but what if they are trading something up there? Who are they trading with? It makes sense. Obviously they don't have money. this
Yeah.
must be, something they do. But she said she'd never heard of that before. And so we discussed it at length. And I told her, I said, well, if you come across anybody else that has this experience, you need to let me know, because I want to know that person. And if they're getting the same input here that I got, and being taken and shown this or shown something else. I mean, I think some of us are being prepped for something, and that frightens me. And then I bring up the three-eye atlas thing. But that was Halloween. After I talked to Linda, of course, I'm drinking coffee and I'm trying to come to grips with it. And I wasn't going to talk about it because it's in, like I said, it's in the new volume 2. And that's the Abductions Continue part. Volume 1 is unbelievable if not experienced. And boy, no truer words are spoken. It is unbelievable if you don't experience yourself. This shit is crazy. Anyway, so it was December when I was seeing the crafts in the sky again. I have the videos, I have the still pictures, I have SEPI agency was going into it and looking into it. They couldn't pull anything up on it. So it's a big, and Linda too, Linda Moulton Howe. We've all looked at the light and said, oh my God, what is that? And she says, when did you see this? And I have the date and everything. It was just shortly after that. So I got taken again. And I think it was the end of December, very beginning of January. And this time I'm in Rex's craft, the smaller, Bob Lazar calls some of them sports models. It wasn't that small, but I'm in a room. It wasn't the pie-shaped room. I think I was in more of a center part of the craft, and I'm not laying down. I'm not naked, which is great.
Yeah, bonus in that cold craft.
Yeah, I'm standing, and he's here, and I'm here, and this thing is over my head. It's almost totally transparent, and my mouth is open for some reason. I am drooling. No, kid you not, I'm drooling. And he's doing something. They have 4 fingers, long, spindly fingers, right? And this tall gray has 4 long fingers, dark nails, they're long. And he uses this middle finger, not the first one. Like we have an index finger, so whatever they use, maybe this is their thumb. I don't know. But 4 fingers. So he's using this one, and he's moving it on this screen. And as he's moving it, whatever is in my head is going off. So I get a big explosion in my head, a huge explosion, and then I see nothing but this pattern. This pattern is apparently common. So this is a spider web looking pattern, and it's just in my head. And I don't know if this is some projection or if it's something he's doing to the implant. I think that is behind my right eye, because they can track me, obviously, from Diamond Bar to Colorado to the new place in Colorado. They're tracking me. But so whatever he's doing up there, it's affecting this, and it's setting this off. And I got from him again, because I asked him this time in pushing thoughts into his head, what's going on with these ships, these drones that everybody's seeing over in New York and the Eastern Seaboard? I wanted to know, as that at the time everybody was freaking out over it. I wanted to know. I thought, I'll ask the question.
Yeah, why not?
I'm standing here, might as well try. I got back, more and bigger ships are coming. So that was the original time I got that. That's not all.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. And it's funny because, when you're at the dentist and they're doing something to you and you want to talk and it comes out really crappy.
Yeah.
That's how my thought transference went out to him. I could tell it wasn't coming out right because he's got my mouth open, and the way I'm trying to project it.
It's still coming out like that?
Yes. So it was like, blah, blah, drones.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What are they? I just want to know what they were. And when you said more and bigger ships are coming, I went, oh, shit. And this, by the way, is well before we knew about Three-Eye Atlas coming. This was back in December. We didn't hear about Three-Eye Atlas until I think the astronomers and scientists said July. Yeah. Is when they realized this thing is out there. So that happened. And then I had one instance because of what's happened, I've got something going on with me. I think every abductee, maybe not every, but almost every abductee, something happens with them where they have some sort of new little ability when they're get put back, or maybe they're taken a few more times, experimented on, and they're put back. But other people, you could have telekinesis or something like that, but that's not what this is. What I have I get these morning downloaded messages. I've had several of them, and they're very cryptic. It's like, The last one, the last bizarre one, and I was telling my husband this yesterday. I was crying, telling him, I was actually flying, not in a plane. I was flying over the United States towards the eastern seaboard, towards Virginia, off the coast of Virginia. I landed on a naval ship, and there's lieutenants. They're dressed in their, officer Navy garb, and then there's the enlisted guys in the Navy. I'm no Air Force. I don't know Navy very well.
Yeah.
And they're over here, and they're freaking out. And these guys are looking out over, I don't know if you call that starboard or port, that side of the ship out towards the ocean. And I'm looking, and they don't see me. Nobody can see me. Nobody can hear me. And I'm over there, and I'm looking. There's this great big huge triangle out there. Huge triangle. I mean, huge. 300, probably 300, 300, 300, all the way around feet.
Wow.
Huge. And they're freaking out. Well, they're not freaking out. They're discussing it. These guys are freaking out, and nobody can see me. I end up going back pretty quickly. It's a very quick thing. It's like, it probably doesn't last more than 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds.
Like a flash.
Oh my God, yeah. And when I talked to Linda Moulton Howe about it one time, because I've talked to her several times, it was like, she goes, "Are you dreaming? Is this a movie in your mind?" I said, "No, I'm awake, but I'm not awake. It's that time before you're totally awake in the morning." It's very bizarre, and it happens so quick, but that's not the only one. I have flown to Tucumcari, New Mexico, and got to see this bunker and this rocks and boulders that's hiding this place. And
it almost sounds like your astral what they call it, astral travel.
Isn't that weird though? Wouldn't astral travel mean I'm going up and out? That the out of body experience. I've had an out of body experience a long time ago before I knew about any of this stuff. But so yeah, I'm just flying. No big deal. I'm just flying. and it happened so quickly. But so whatever happened with that, and I tried to look it up later. Was there a sighting out there? Was there a triangle off that particular? I don't know what the name of the ship was. It was a big naval carrier with the big jets on it. Yeah. And it was over there off the coast of Virginia. And this was August of 2022 when that particular one happened. The Tucumcari one happened last year. And that was interesting because it was some sort of bunker or something that I was seeing. And then I shot right back, and I came right back out of it. So I don't know. Like I said, it's very cryptic. It's like I'm supposed to see this stuff, say something about it. And then, what do I say? And then the more bigger ships are coming thing, that happened again. And that was in one of those little sequences where it's like 40 seconds. And it was just shot into my head while I was laying there in the bed. Okay, more and bigger ships are coming. More and bigger ships are coming. And it was again before 3i Atlas was determined to be out there or seen. So it's been crazy.
What's your take on that? On that what do they call it? The name of it? 3i Atlas?
3i Atlas. Yeah. So some people are still claiming that this is a comet, but it doesn't seem to be projecting the normal comet pattern. But this thing is from way out there. So how do we know what a normal pattern is for something that's from way out there, not in our galaxy, way out there? But the tale from what I'm getting in my head, a lot of what I'm getting in my head is a little frightening because this is happening. Yeah. And then you've got people saying, no, it's a comet, there's nothing to worry about. And then you've got other people going, hey, this could be, and Avi Loeb, he's a big guy, that's important for Harvard, for him to step forward and say, I think this could be alien spacecraft. This really could be. I think it could be more than one. I think it could be a whole bunch of them together, and they could break off. And my husband and I, he joked about it a little bit. He was saying, it'd be like Independence Day. And I went, oh God, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But
I hope you are too, but I'm a little scared about it. Mm-hmm. And and I just heard the other day that they think that they're picking up light off of it, but they don't think it's light that's reflecting off of it for something. It's light that's emitting.
Yep. It's emitting.
You
from
heard
itself.
That too?
And I heard it too. I've been watching it carefully because I'm scared. And so one of my other downloaded messages, and this was last year, about June, I think. This is before the 7 tones. So it was about June. And I'll tell you about that. So in June, I had one of those little downloaded messages, and it was now I just lost my train of thought. Oh my God. What was I talking about?
It happens to me all the time.
I hate that. I know I'm getting older, but geez. My recall is actually really good with most of this stuff, but when I go to from a day-to-day basis, like what's in the washing machine, where's my coffee cup, then I have trouble. But anyway, it was just a downloaded message that was really quick about my husband and I were in a, was it here? No, it wasn't here. It was before we moved here. That's another bizarre thing. So it was either a recurring dream, and those are all in my books, and I think that's all in volume 2 are the recurring dreams, and those are important, because if you think what I'm saying now is important, read through those recurring dreams. The Vandenberg Square that had been reported by Jeff Nucatelli, he was at Vandenberg. He was a security, top of the security police force out there for a while. We were at Vandenberg when that 2003 occurrence happened. Now, I didn't see it, but a big red flipping square craft, huge Walmart-sized thing flying over the missile silos with Boeing contractors there. Some civilian is going to see that. It can't just be those guys. But I mean, I was having recurring dreams in Diamond Bar. One was about that. And I was telling my husband last night, I said it was an open space. I was walking through an open space. There's Bambi and a little a doe and a little baby deer. And we're walking, I'm looking, and it's very open, it's dry, and I see there's a fog or mist above. It's not low to the ground, but it's there. And then there's a craft, of course. It comes down, and who walks out of it but Rex the tall gray. And he's pointing up, and there's this shadow that comes over. And the shadow is of this great big huge square craft that has this reddish shimmer underneath it. You could see it, huge flipping warehouse looking thing. Not real thick, probably 15 to 20 stories high, but huge, and has lights all around it. Of course, it was dim because it was in the fog. But this thing passes over to the north, I'm going to say northeast, because I was in Diamond Bar at the time and I didn't know where this location was. But it looked like the open space we had behind our old house in northeast Colorado, where we came from before we came here to the ranch. So that was interesting. And that was before they came out with the whole, yes, there was a red square over Vandenberg thing. How do I have a recurring dream about a big red square? And not only that dream, but the other dream where it's over Kansas City and it's shooting at all kinds of crafts over everybody's heads in Kansas City. I'm stopped in my truck on the 435 where
I don't like the way you keep bringing up Kansas City, because I'm real close to that.
I know you are. Oh my God. And my sister is too. And I don't know why it's focused on it, but it's Kansas City. Without a doubt in my mind, I'm on the 435. I stop, I pull over. Everybody's running down embankments, running up embankments, getting away. They're all looking, freaking out. They're like stone statues with their mouths open, watching this fight in the air. This red craft has these things on the corner that can shoot multiple, almost like lava, laser-like shots out of the corners of it. I had to draw these drawings of these crafts for Linda because I was going to be on her show August 16th. We were going to talk about my book more and about these crafts, and that's why I had to draw all of them.
Yeah.
She said other people are experiencing this kind of stuff. And so, but anyway, Lou Elizondo's book at the time. So
I'm starting to run into him too. Ever since I ran into you, I've been picking up a lot more of this.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. So red square over Kansas City, it's shooting everything. You've got diamonds that are spinning, shooting out of the middle of them really, really fast. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it seems like it is this war between them. It's not us. It's between these species. And in the dream, there's been 6 dreams. So one of the dreams, actually a couple of the dreams where I'm trying to go to the doorway and look out and oh God, I can't even speak all this in 1 hour. There's no way. But
they tell it again.
They tell us on TV, on people are watching YouTube or whatever channel they're watching, but it's very plain that we've been told 3 months prior to when this happened, yes, there are alien. I hate that word. There are extraterrestrials. They have different crafts. This is what we know. We have this species, this species, this species. This is what they're flying or piloting in. That's all coming out. I don't know if that's all coming out. I want to say it is right now. I think it is. But this did. And in the dream, that's what happened. And then 3 months later, this is what happened. And so every dream has progressed in severity. And I am flabbergasted because at the end of the dream, I'm either approached by the hybrid little girl, or I'm approached by the tall gray Rex and said, "It's time, come." And I'm patriotic, so I'd kind of rather stay on Earth if I have to, with everybody else. I don't like that idea.
Man, oh man, oh man.
I know it's very scary. And then one of the last downloads, and this was real quick. This was, I think it was this place, before we even bought this place, before we even knew this place existed, because I'm in a kitchen that's very similar to our kitchen. There's a bay window, not a really big one, but there's a window. My husband is sick. I need to go get stuff for the horses. There's a big flat field out there, and we have 2 horses, and one of them's pregnant. Now, we have a mare. She is able to get pregnant. Our gelding cannot get her pregnant, but he tries.
Yeah.
So we don't have 3, we only have 2, but it's dry, it's cold. I'm supposed to go get medicine for my husband, and it's already been broadcasted about the ships, and I have to drive out to a feed store, and I'm seeing all these ships coming over. But it's weird because it isn't a normal town. It's actually called New City. And I know of nothing around here that's a town called New City, but there's actually spires and towers. It's like really pretty glass. And of course it's all shattered and ruined. So I have no idea, but that was a really short one too. And I didn't get back.
Oh.
So the details of that are also, that's the 6 dreams in I think in volume 2, if all 6 of them are in there.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been
yeah.
crazy.
You blow my mind away every time I talk to you, because I mean, the information that comes from you, it scares the shit out of me. It intrigues me. And
yeah,
I don't even have to say I believe. I mean, I'm at that point, even though I haven't experienced it or seen it, I kind of know.
You do. I think
kind of know.
I'd say if you went out on the street right now and you asked 20 people, and not, I wouldn't ask them, do you believe in UFOs? I would say, what are your thoughts on the craft that people are seeing and the extraterrestrials that have been reported? You have people reporting 9-foot tall beings, both in Las Vegas, Nevada, which I think I do believe those people.
I believe it too.
And then you've got the Miami Mall thing where they're reporting
Miami Mall.
Cops came and everything.
Brazil.
Yes, exactly, Brazil. Cool. So I mean, and then the lady's video that came out where there's something that walked by her. I can't remember what town this was. I think it was California. And I'm pretty sure it's a YouTube video where they show the thing walks by. It looks like a gray alien. It looks like a short, gray, robotic looking alien. And she said I think in the video it said her mother lived next door, or her aunt or something, and they heard the noise. And I mean, I just think some things cannot be faked or forged. And something like that. And people have Ring cameras, so you're going to see all kinds of stuff. But I had a Ring camera in the guest bedroom, in the master bedroom, in my office bedroom, in the other house. We didn't do it here. I'm not going to do it. But for almost a year, we had Ring cameras in there because my husband said, I want to catch this. I want to see this for myself. And we couldn't catch anything. The only thing I was able to catch was a small whitish orb shooting through my wall. And that's the only thing I was able to.
You know what? I don't have any doubt. They got the ability to take you to a
Right.
ship, this
Yeah.
ship,
Yeah. And
brain portals, all this
Yeah.
shit. I don't think a video scares them.
And vortexes. I think they have the ability. Most people say, well, like my truck engine shut off twice, once in Missouri and once in Colorado. So again, Colorado. So this was before Diamond Bar. And I'm just an innocent person coming home from work in a flippin' blizzard in 2015,
Oh no.
February, Northeast Colorado. I got a pretty long way to go. I'd say it's a good 18 miles from where I work to where we lived always out east. And there were lights on in town when I left. I had to get gas. We were chipping ice off our cars. It was 15 below. It was just horrible. Winds blowing. It's a blizzard. I mean, it's awful. And I drive out. You're sliding. You're praying that the person in front of you doesn't hit anything so you don't run into them by accident. Because I'm looking at tail lights through this snow, blinding snow. But I get out east and we had like one light and I think there was a gas station. I don't know if there was a 7-Eleven there. I can't remember. But everything was black. There were no lights at all. That was my first clue. I somehow fishtailed. I had a little red Ford Ranger truck at the time. I now have a blue one. That's a lot nicer. But I fishtailed coming around the bend where the light was, and nobody's out there because it was like 2 a.m. when I was able to finally get into that truck and get gas and get going. It took that long to get the ice off that truck. It was horrible. But the neighborhood's black, and I'm going, okay. And then I get around the corner, I fishtailed, and the engine stalls. And I'm thinking, well, that doesn't usually happen. So I'm sitting there going, oh God, that house is like right over there. I could get out, I could walk, but I'd probably be dead because it's flipping cold outside.
Yeah.
And so I just sat there and I kind of thumped on the steering wheel, and I just thought, oh man, I got to get off this curb, because I was half on and half off the curb. And so I waited a few minutes. I didn't want to try to flood the engine or anything. So I waited a couple minutes, wasn't very long. And I tried again. I thought, oh, come on, God, please just let the truck start. I want to go home. I'm tired. I got to get in the house. I'm so tired. And it started. Yay. So I get on my way. I get off the curb, and I'm very careful going on the ice. And it's not very far to the intersection where our street and the cul-de-sac is, and then where our street is. It's just a little neighborhood they like circles out here. They like cul-de-sacs. So I'm not very far. It's like 50 yards.
What are you saying? The aliens like cul-de-sacs?
No.
Oh.
No, this is Colorado.
Okay. I was going to say, no, don't say that. I live in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, no.
All right.
But so I make my way up. I come around the cul-de-sac, and I was going very carefully because I didn't want to be like a human popsicle found in my truck the next day if I hit somebody's snowman or hit their tree, because it was icy. I mean, really icy. And I had pretty good tires, but I already slipped off once. I didn't want to slip again.
Yeah.
So I'm coming around, and then you go straight, you make the little half circle, and then you're on my street. There's only like maybe 10 houses on the street. It's not a long street. I'm right there. The houses, it's like 4 houses up on the right-hand side. This is a rental house, by the way. We didn't own it. We were renting. And it's snowing, and I'm tired. I know I'm tired. My hands are freezing. I've got gloves on. It's cold in the truck. And I'm looking out the window towards the house thinking, well, I wonder if the tree is on the driveway with all that snow we're getting. It's like 2 feet of snow all over the place. You could see it on the roofs through the snow that was coming down. And I see, as I'm looking out, something over our roof, a big something over our roof that shouldn't be there at 2 a.m. It had lights around it. They were going yellow, red, green, and blue. They were rotating on and off as they were going around. It was going around. And I did a double take. I did a triple take because I'm going, okay, I know I'm tired. What the fuck is that? Yeah. I drove up a little further and I stopped and I thought, what in the hell? And it looked like the size of a Volkswagen. If a Volkswagen was sitting in front of you in your room, in your office, that's the size of this thing over our roof. And so I'm sitting there and the snow's coming down and I know I'm tired and I'm blinking and I'm going, oh my God. But I watch it. It zips up. It zips off to the south towards Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes back and it hovers over the roof again. It's probably
Are
no
you
more.
sure that wasn't Santa Claus?
Oh, no, wrong time.
Okay.
February, too late for Santa. Too late for Santa.
Okay.
Oh
All
my
right.
God. Yeah, really, I wish.
Yeah.
But it was only about 15 feet above the roof.
That's
Oh,
that's
and I
crazy and
was,
scary.
oh my God, I didn't know what to think. I
I
did
know.
not know
What do
what
you
to
do in
think.
that situation?
I didn't know what to think. I'm sitting there going, I've got to get into my house. I'm tired. I am so flippin' tired. I had spent 9.5 hours at work, got out and battled the ice on the metal door. On my Ranger didn't have a good rubber, what do you call that? The
Seal.
weatherproofing ceiling.
Yeah, the
So
seal.
when the ice came, it sealed it shut. I almost had to
Ah.
go through the back window of the truck to get into my truck. If that door wouldn't have opened, I would have been screwed. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm cold, I'm tired, I'm trying to move my fingers in my gloves. I'm not driving because I'm like, I gotta see what this is. What is this? I'm not going towards that house with that above my roof. And it's still spinning, it's still doing its thing, and it shoots up and it comes down and it goes over here to the north, or maybe the northeast, because our backyard faced north. So yeah, northwest. And then it came back, and then of course every time it went, I thought, oh God, it's gone, and I can go to my house now. So I was sitting there for a while, probably a good 15 minutes while this was going on. As this was going on, the snow's starting to lighten up, the blizzard's lightening up. I'm able to see better, and it's goes this way, it goes up, and it comes back, and the lights are going, and I'm going, oh my God. And then it finally took off, and I was so thankful because I was so tired. I just didn't know what to
Yeah.
do. And when I got in, when I parked the truck in the driveway, when I knew, I think it was finally gone, the tree had lost the battle with the snow. It was right on the ground. It was a pine tree, right on the ground.
Oh.
But as I walked in, put my key in the door, I'm shaking because I'm cold. Everything felt so strange, really weird, like I wasn't all there. And again, I could be because I was so damn tired. But I got in the door, removed my purse, my coat, put it on the coat thing, the hanger. I was going to get some cocoa, and then I realized, oh, the power is out. No microwave. Okay, so I tried to get milk. I lit I have a 3-wick candle on the counter in the kitchen, and I lit that, and I'm walking around going, I felt really uncomfortable, really, really uncomfortable. And I'm walking around thinking, oh my God, that thing's probably up there again. What do I do? And I wanted to go to the porch door and open it and look out. But of course the porch door is frozen shut, and you can see all the ice on the outside. So you couldn't even see through it. If something was out there, I wouldn't have been able to see anything. So I go, screw it. I'm tired. I've got to go to bed. So I took my milk, went upstairs, got on my clothes, put my bathrobe on, drank my milk. And I think my husband was kind of groggy, but I think I said, hey, do you know the lights are off? Because he did wake up. And he's like, yeah, there's a flashlight right there. I'm like, okay, sorry. And so I get in bed with him, and I think nothing of it. And the next day I go to where my horse is boarded at. And the blizzard's over. We got mountains of snow everywhere. And I didn't tell my husband about this back then. I mean, I was afraid to tell anybody anything.
Yeah.
But when I told the lady at the ranch who managed the ranch where my mirror was, she goes, well, I've seen demons. And I went,
seen what?
What are you talking about? This was something above my roof with lights. This was a physical craft. And when she said that, I just kind of went, oh, okay, I'm not saying anything anymore to anybody about this. Never again. And in my book, I said, I went through the boxes like I did in Diamond Bar. Okay, it was 15 below. Yeah. This is a blizzard coming down.
Yeah.
No kid's toy could have survived in a blizzard. What kid would be up at that time of the morning in a blizzard playing with something like that over somebody's house? Uh-huh. Is that even possible? And do they make them that big?
No.
So I checked off all those boxes and I said, okay. And it only took me about an hour to sit there and tell myself what you saw was real. Holy shit. So, and that wasn't the first time. I mean, I had the crafts in the back of that yard that were above my head, and it's all in the book. It's all in the book.
Oh, I mean, man.
Oh my God.
Man, you are the greatest person, but I am so glad I am not you.
I know.
And
I know.
I know I smile and I laugh when we talk, but I have great empathy for what you go through,
Thank you.
and uh,
Yeah,
oh,
that was
okay,
2015.
oh
Yesterday was
man,
yesterday, and it's going to happen again. It's going to
I
happen
know.
again.
Well,
I am reticent to the fact that this is going to keep on happening
yeah.
until
Well,
Atlas comes or some big pivotal thing is everybody talks about. It's supposed to happen in 2027. That's when the 80-year contract is up with the Eisenhower contract between the Greada Treaty with the tall grays, whatever the Roswell grays, whatever they were, and there
yeah.
are different grays. But I mean, they're all pointing towards 2027. And in one of my dreams, there's a banner. We just celebrated New Year's of 1 year, and it says 20, and then you can see the 2, but you can't see the number. It's broken
Oh,
off, hanging. And that was the dream where I take the rifle and go to the door. Everybody's sleeping upstairs. Our little grandson. That was the other house, by the way. That was the other house. It happened in that other house. And I'm going to the door and peeking out the blinds. People are out there standing, looking, and I end up going out. It looks like it's going to snow, but it doesn't. And then you see all the crafts. And my neighbor drops his cup, and you can hear it shatter in my dream. You can
oh
hear
wow.
just the reverberation, the sound of that cup breaking on the concrete. It was crazy, but that was one of the dreams. And
Oh
they were
man.
coming down, and they were taking people. They were knocking it. Not they. These robotic looking things were coming down. They had big long arms coming and taking people out of their homes, breaking down doors and getting them.
There
So
you go, people. There's some nightmare fuel for you.
yeah, there you
Everybody go to
go.
bed and have a good dream.
Oh
Oh
my God.
man, Kay.
Oh my God.
Not only do you have to live it in life, but you have to live it in your dreams too.
And
And
that's the
it
thing. I
and it
don't have
really
any other
sounds
dreams.
and it
Huh?
really and it really does sound like these dreams are heading to a
Prophetic.
fruition. Yeah, heading to a fruition. I don't like it a whole lot.
I don't like it either. Yeah.
I'm gonna start adding you to my prayers at night. I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and
Yeah,
everybody else out there. And I know I laugh and go goof about this, but I'm actually a little worried about this thing heading towards us.
I am
You know,
too.
I
Yeah,
really am.
I am too. I have a physicist friend.
And we're buddies now, so if you get any inside info, let me know.
Well, and remember we talked last time, I told you about the ham radio and the message
Yes,
I'm supposed to
yes.
send. And when I woke up this morning, I was thinking about that going, I wonder if that's the message I'm supposed to send. But we don't have a ham radio anymore for me to send it.
Oh no.
And
We got Facebook.
well, yeah,
It works for
well,
right now.
people are going to see your video, and some people are going to say,
Yeah.
"Hey, she's absolutely nuts. Don't listen to her." And then they're going
No,
to say,
actually,
"Hey,
I'm going to be honest with you. I've not gotten anything negative on you. Everybody so far, everybody is like digging it. That's why I was excited to have you back on.
I've never
And
seen Bigfoot, but I believe we've got where I come from in northern Illinois. There's a Bigfoot inn
yeah.
where we buried my mother. Well, we didn't bury my mother there,
Oh,
but
he's out
close
there.
by. We had her celebration dinner there.
I've heard I've heard monkeys in the woods of Missouri, and there ain't no monkeys that I know of. So,
And there's
and
orbs in Missouri,
I've seen an orb.
basketball size orbs.
I seen them. I
Yeah,
seen them.
they're
So,
it's crazy out there. And then you've got people filming these little bitty orbs going all over the place. I think Skinwalker Ranch.
yeah.
Who's that guy's name? I think his first name's Travis
Oh yeah,
Taylor.
Trav.
That guy.
Yeah, I think.
We're
Yeah,
always doing experiments over there. It's fascinating, but
yeah,
if I watched that, I wouldn't have time to write what
yeah.
happens to me, which
I'm glad you are. I'm glad you are.
thinks.
And
And
everybody out there, get them books, read up on it, get prepared because something's getting ready to freaking happen. And
yeah,
hopefully you get book 3 out before something does happen.
yeah, I've been thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be a legit concern at this point.
Yeah, it
So,
is.
anyways,
I'm hoping that we all see our Christmas okay
I do.
this year.
Me too. Me too, Kay. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for bringing us all down, damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. No, you know what? It's good to know. And that's one of the things. A lot of the stuff I put out here is just like interesting, but this is actual information I think people need to listen to and think about.
Well, and that's why I wrote the volumes. It's just
Yeah. So All
Yeah.
right. Well, I think it's about time to wrap her up for this round. But man, oh man, I love talking to you. It just time like zips by, and I'm like, crap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll probably have to do a round 3 at some point.
Maybe when if I can get the third book out. Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Kay. Thanks a lot for coming on with us. And
Thanks for having
everybody
me.
out there, go. It's Amazon where they pick that up, right?
Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Lulu, there's a whole bunch of platforms that it will be available on.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully soon.
But the old book is still out there. So
yep, the first one's out there. Go get that one, and go get the second one as soon as it drops, because it's gonna continue the story. So thanks a lot again, Kay. And everybody out there in Cryptid Land, keep it creepy. Done.
Yeah, out in the woods where the shadows creep, I'm trying to find the legend that the people keep. Bigfoot's the name, got a story to tell. Footprints in the mud, can't you hear the bell? Whispers in the night, can you feel that chill? Bigfoot on the run, he's a legend, keep it real. Bigfoot, yeah, he's the talk of the town. Creeping through the trees, never wearing a frown. Legend of the forest, he's got a big stride. As the trap beats thump, you know he's got pride. Like I'm on a quest, searching for the homie, you know he's the best. Got my camera ready, heightened senses on blast. Snap a shot of Sasquatch, legend unsurpassed. Eyes in the dark, you can't catch what you can't see. King of the woods, living wild and free. Bigfoot, yeah, he's the talk of the town. Creeping through the trees, never wearing a frown. Legend of the forest, he's got a big stride. As the trap beats thump, you know he's got pride.